Welcome to walkthrough number 6 of Belthan's Quo Vagis. This is Jeff, and last week Larry told us the print shop was damaged by intruders. We need to fix it before we can print any more magazines. Apparently there's a bug where sometimes the quest marker doesn't show up on your map, but it did for me. It's right here southeast of the Bethesda ruins. These raiders were kind enough to supply me with ammo, fingers, a couple hunting rifles to repair my Enfield, even some sugar bombs for Murphy. The print shop is over here. You can climb over this rubble pile, and it's in that building there. If you don't feel like fast traveling into the middle of their welcoming party, you can approach from the direction of the Chrysalis building and jump over this broken fence. This door was recently forced open and irreparably damaged in the process. Spoiler alert, there are 3 leveled super mutants in here. And I'm not going in all guns blazing for 2 reasons. First, with good sneak skill and a bit of patience, you can overhear a conversation that explains why they are here.
Have you found green stuff? I haven't found any. Ever. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe we're wasting our time. Could be out killing.
And there's the second reason. Yeah. At 28th level, the grunts are super mutant masters, and the boss is an overlord. The boss will stay over there, looking at the printing press, but the other 2 patrol. The security system that Larry mentioned is over there on that platform. If you have really good sneak skill, you can get over there and repair it without being spotted. But I am going to take out these masters first, because they usually have guns, and they can blow up the turrets that are up there on the ceiling that get activated whenever you repair the security system. Uh-oh. You can replace this with scrap metal and repair skill, or if you have a conductor in your inventory, you can fix it the right way. I'll do that.
What was that? Hello? Someone there? Found you!
He's staying up there out of the range of the turrets. Smarter than your average super mutant. All right. Also in here we have a compositron. There's no way to let it out of its container to help. There's another one here that was apparently working when the super mutants broke in. Take the ammo. And now let's take a look at the pump. The super mutants saw a leaking pump, tried to drain the rest of the ink out of it. Spoiler alert, for the next 10 seconds, mute if you don't want to hear a major plot point about the Fallout 3 ARC story. Super mutants are sterile. They can only replenish their numbers by exposing humans to FEV, but they're running low. That's why they've overrun DC. They're looking for green stuff. And they're not very bright, so this bunch thought the ink might be it. Anyway, you can repair the gaskets with Wonder Glue and repair skill. I don't have any, and it would be a waste even if I did, because right over here, there is a spare pump. Pick that up. Replace pump. And voila. Let's go back and tell Larry that it's fixed. I have some medics to sell.
Great. How much do you have?
Here's all I have. And it's all of it from my megaton house. So it's, geez, I don't know, 50 or something.
Thanks. That'll help a lot. Here, this should cover your expenses.
All right. I'd better get to it. Bye.
Later.
Another new dancer. Kismet. Oh, and a new pro.
Hello.
What brings you to Lollipops, Estelle?
Besides shelter, well, I offer something in the way of entertainment.
Yeah, your skill set is too long for the Luma screen. What's your specialty?
Service with a smile.
Want to try number 143 sometime, if we can figure out how to get the, you know.
You're a little weird, aren't you?
Well, try to leave some customers for Chaz. I wouldn't want her to get lonely.
You just made my day, you sweet thing.
All right, I have to go now.
How were the 3Ps coming along?
Larry? I took care of the intruders and fixed the printing press.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
All right, I've set the layout.
Hometown issues are always popular, a source of pride for the residents and a bit of envy elsewhere.
What do you think of the cover girl?
Lovely tribal priestesses and psychedelic rituals. If we're not careful, our customers may emigrate en masse to Point Lookout. She's perfect.
All right, take it to press.
I'll get started immediately.
Now that the presses are fixed, let's keep them busy.
Good to see you.
Hey, Mirage. As soon as each issue's printed, I want to be able to start the next one, so we need to get enough film in the can to keep ahead of it. Since we shot all the models from Point Lookout last week, I want to go ahead and get the rest of the DLC out of the way. Let's head to the Outcast Outpost. The only model from Operation Anchorage is Specialist Olin. For me, the best way to keep Olin and McGraw alive is to run into the loot chamber, grab the Gauss rifle. Its critical effect is a 4-second knockdown, and its critical chance multiplier is 5. So, with my luck of 10 and the finesse perk, the chance of a knockdown on a hit is 75%, 90 if you use VATS. Just round-robin your shots between the mutineers and keep them off their feet until they're all dead. And she's... Yep. Dude, it's been years. Might want to get that looked at.
Great. Another local.
You're welcome.
If you're here to help, fine. Otherwise, out of my way.
Jeez.
Good to see you again.
The inventory can wait a few hours. How about some R&R?
I'm listening.
I run a magazine. Women pose, we take pictures, they get paid. Sound fun?
You go do what you have to. I don't want to watch that.
You wouldn't have to watch. You could be the model.
I see.
I wasn't going to mention it, but if you're going to be like that, I did save your life. How about it?
Sure.
You seem tense. Relax.
Evening.
Hey, Kismet. I'm not sure if Olin is one of the models who improve as Larry encourages her. So, we'll just,
Yes, just like that.
Alright, sounds like she's doing better from Larry's dialogue. Glad I waited. Okay. They're done. Don't see any red on my marker, so whoever that is, they're just going to have to deal with it themselves. Let's teleport up to the mothership and see what's happening there. Interesting. There are still a couple of aliens still alive. Should have brought my disintegrator, but oh well. Didn't know. Okay, didn't need the disintegrator. One thing that always kind of bugged me about the vanilla DLC is that even after you take over the ship, the Rivet City security guard just stays in her cell forever. Quo Vagis fixes that. You don't even have to ask her to pose. You can just free her. But I have a business to run, and she will fit into a theme issue, so we are going to ask.
Nope. Nope. Not real. None of it is real. It can't hurt me if it's not real!
You are a member of an elite security force. Start acting like it, officer.
I'm Pat. Well, what's your tactical appraisal of our situation?
The aliens are dead. You can go home. And see Dr. Preston about your PTSD.
Wow. I was out of it. Thank you.
Exotic location, beautiful woman. Before you go, I have a proposition.
I'm listening.
You'll need traveling money to make it to Rivet City. Posing for my magazine pays 50 caps. Interested?
Roger that.
How are her shoulder pads staying on?
I should get going. I'm gonna need ammo, supplies, you name it.
No alien abduction is complete without a cavity probe. How about it?
Okay. Spread 'em!
Now that sounds like a Rivet City security officer. Welcome back.
I'm gonna try to make it home. Thank you again.
After you complete This Galaxy Ain't Big Enough, Soma says she's leaving and she disappears from the game. If you install Quo Vagis before you play Mothership Zeta, you can ask her to pose while you're here. If you already finished it, which I obviously did, the next time you come to the ship, you run into her. She comes back to salvage alien tech for fun and profit, and she is usually in the engineering corps, but I do not see her anywhere down here. Soma? Hello? Well, there she is on the bridge. I didn't expect our paths to cross again. What are you doing here?
I gotta think about the future. I used to tinker with all sorts of junk back home. Can you imagine having stuff like this in a wasteland?
Soma has some dialogue about her background as a slaver, but a bug in the vanilla game prevented it from ever unlocking. Quo Vagis fixes the bug, and you have to talk to her about that before you can ask her to pose. To unlock it, you either need to have her alien captive log, the lady killer perk, or pass a speech check. Anyway, mind if I ask you a personal question?
Okay.
I found this recording. Sounds like you regret something you did.
Oh, great. All right, listen. Not that it's any of your damn business, but yeah. Before I got sucked up into this crazy alien land here, I pulled some shady stuff. Many of my associates may or may not have been slavers, and I may or may not have received payment for helping them in their trade. Okay. Big secret exposed. Great job. Hope you're happy.
It's a small world. That's not a joke. I probably know some of your colleagues.
Oh, really?
And if you show her the slave collar? Where else would I have gotten this? Grouse is my buddy.
Lucky you.
Anyway, I run a magazine, and Eulogy doesn't mind a little non-competitive side action.
Yeah? If you got something you want to say, spit it out.
I've got a camera and some time to kill. Want to pose for me?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's gonna cost you some caps.
The standard fee's $50. Good enough?
Fuck yeah! I got something special for you.
I did this during the quest with another character, and Elliot just stopped dead in his tracks and stared at her. I don't think it's scripted because it doesn't happen every time, but it was hilarious.
Did you see that? Crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy if you do it in between blowing up alien generators and taking over the ship. Anyway, I have to go.
Sure thing.
Another new customer.
Yeah?
It's my job to make sure the customers are happy. Enjoying yourself?
Nice place. Real nice. Damn, I am glad you got here.
Keep your nose clean. This is a nice place, and I intend to keep it that way.
You're the boss, man.
I had an epiphany last week. Maybe talking to all those mystics from Point Lookout expanded my mind, but on the Nexus file page for Quo Vagis, Belthan has a tutorial for making magazine covers match how the characters look in your game if you have mods that change their appearance. It doesn't require any modding skills, just a photo editor. I'm not using any of those mods at the moment, but I realized putting a sensor box over a Luma screen in the video might take 10 minutes in Premiere, but with that tutorial it takes like 10 seconds to censor the screen itself in Photoshop, so now I can show off my magazine covers with basically no extra work. Speaking of Luma screens, this is kind of easy to miss, but there's a hatch under your desk that leads to a panic room. Your office has 12 Luma screens, just enough to display the 12 magazines you need to complete the quest. The panic room has 24 more if you want to keep publishing after that, and it also has a lot of shelves if you like to display unique items and other trophies. Here are all of the unique skill books from Mea Culpa. Even if most of my skills weren't already 100, I'd probably still just keep them on display because they're cool. Over here, we have one lonely vintage Lollipops magazine. Oh, there are 6 in Quo Vagis, and you can find them scattered around. There are a few in specific locations, and they spawn randomly in containers and vendor inventories. But if you want to expand your collection in a hurry, there's a little place I know in L'Enfant Plaza. I think the place I'm looking for is over here. L'Enfant Cafe. Yeah, I think it's behind the barber shop in that little alley.
What was that? Now try and hide from this! You die now!
Okay. I'm hiding from that. Do I win a prize? Alright, let's go kill him and then grab some magazines. Where is he? Guess he ran away. Maybe super mutants aren't as stupid as I thought. And if this is the alley, yep. Madame Géal's reading room for the discreet gentleman. This is actually a vanilla location. The only thing added by Quo Vagis is the vintage Lollipops magazines, but they just obviously would have had them here. On this coffee table, we have issue from 2076. On this table, 2068. On the shelf behind the counter, 2067. And another one on the shelf, 2061. Vault Boy Stay Off, starring Ginger Root, and directed by legendary director Fresca Coy. Top grossing adult movie of all time, 7 Purvey Awards, quite controversial in its day. The Luma screens back at Lollipops have IMDb-style reviews of a bunch of Lollipops holovids, which I think is just for immersion, but if you haven't played Coito Ergo Sum, remember the name Fresca Coy. And the last one's on that table, 2060. Take that whiskey for Chaz, and I think we're out of here. Hey, Malibu.
Hello.
Looks like we have another new dancer, Destiny. That makes 6.
Hey there.
We put up all the Help Wanted posters in one episode, so they'll arrive 1 per day until they're all here.
Hey, baby. What do you need?
You finished the last bottle already? Well, surprise. Here's more.
Thank you, hun.
Our collection of vintage Lollipops magazines is looking much better now. You get one more as a quest reward for completing a picture is worth 1,000 caps, and there are 6 more in the pit. Here are the model kits and completed models from Mea Culpa. There are also 8 models in the pit. Magazine models, not model kits. They have excellent bonuses, and they're pivotal to my 12-issue high score attempt.
How you doing, darling?
Drunk fool.
Now, if you saw episode 1, you know my plan has one little flaw. I haven't done the pit with this character, and to shoot the models there, I'll have to do the whole DLC because you can't return to the Capital Wasteland until you finish it. So next week, I'll speedrun it and edit most of it out unless it's related to Quo Vagis or interesting for whatever reason. See you then.